Co- Cody, 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 the American Nightmare, the savior, the the man who made an alternative. The what didn't he call himself? Uh, to disposable to desirable or something like that. Whatever. It was an average promo. Cody Rhodes. I don't mind Cody Rhodes as a person. He seems to be a decent dude that wants to help out guys in the with his own wrestling fed, and I respect that. But in general, dude, he's been an overhyped schmuck. I hate Cody Rhodes figuratively as a pro wrestler, and he endorses everything that's been declining pro wrestling up in obscurity and popularity over the last 10 years, and over the sanctimonium of a guy that you probably heard is like, oh, he was part of Legacy and got pimp slapped a lot of times by Randy Orton. That Cody Rhodes? You mean the pedo stash Cody Rhodes with a handsome gimmick? That it took him, probably 4 years until he found himself an attractive guy gimmick? And what? He keeps getting crappier and crappier theme songs, Cody Rhodes? And now he comes from doing all this stuff with the Nightmare Family, the Bullet Club, to excavate to having his own ultra ego, owning his own company. And now he comes around making a mid-card belt over to elevate himself. He over fluctuates his freaking entrance. He wants to make a fake expansion of his vocabulary over forcing over apropos, like there's nothing else you can say that's ironic. Oh wait. And it's just like, you just go to his entrance. You just show me like he's not trying to, show something that he probably doesn't have anyway. Like, it's WrestleMania 24, Edge against The Undertaker Pyro. And he's only facing off against Warhorse for the TNT Championship. The only time he actually got a guy to be elevated was Brody Lee to win the TNT Championship that he have only held for like a month. Now Cody comes over trying to push over the young guys. Now he's getting in headlining feuds with Shaquille O'Neal and Sting of all people, over to elevate something that he can't get over without getting a guy more popular. That sounds harsh, and you think I'm probably like, they're making me care about him having a kid. Look, congratulations on that. And it's perfectly fine. I just don't care, especially when you get bitched up by Jay Cordell. It's just really whack. His moveset always looked weak over for me. The only thing he ever expanded over his moveset was a springboard cutter. Exfoliating his... And just understanding that probably he has too many guys over the roster that probably has no... or will ever have any good experience on television. And his WWE run, people say that people lost the ball on. He did it about himself because probably he couldn't hack it. It sounds mean, and I'm probably being a bit too harsh, but this is just me being honest. That Cody Rhodes has just been a bit overhyped, at late, just seeing most of what he's done, but I've never seen like a match that didn't look good because of a better guy. Like his matches over with Hardcore Holly, Randy Orton, Ted DiBiase, when he was tagging over with his brother back in like the early to mid 2010s, his Stardust gimmick, his dashing Cody Rhodes garbage. It all just freaking sucked. And you could push it over that most people's excuses over Cody Rhodes' underdevelopment over in WWE was because WWE had no creative ideas for him. Because Cody Rhodes really hasn't had that much of an experience over charisma. Looked pretty undersized, and he had no chances of, getting over a guy like Randy Orton or anything like that. So he stayed over the mid-card and was a four-time Intercontinental champion. won the tag belt a couple times with McIntyre and Goldust. And now he's part of technically the second biggest company in the world that used to be Impact Wrestling until Impact, went full Impact. So that's all I can say about that. Cody Rhodes sucks. He has a gay look. He got a gay tattoo even though this man's like in his 30s. He got a college-like neck tattoo while he's wearing $1,000 suits, needing somewhat of a nicer way, a more athletic way to say manager than a head coach, with Arn Anderson trying to give his best grustled Andy Reid impression with his gurgling neck, trying to renounce plays like just do your work right. Like, come on, man. It's dumb. It's dumb. Like, Cody comes with his freaking dog trying to bring over that he's king. This is his kingdom because it's AEW. Like, he's not contemplating for something. Because in most of the stuff that he's endorsing work rate, he's endorsing midgets, he's endorsing himself over the company, and endorsing people, his own employees, disrespecting the former company they used to work over, because they know they're not good enough to be on WWE, or be a main eventer, or be good on television. And Cody's a dick for that. I can't respect him professionally. I can't respect him as a character, because technically he doesn't have one, over his compulsive inferiority complex ego, garbage entrance, garbage dog. I mean, I love dogs. I'm joking. I mean, the only thing positive I can say is I'm happy that you have a kid coming into the world. So that's always great to see a family growing. Other than that, I just hate Cody Rhodes. You are such an impulsive businessman that you had to literally sacrifice funds, pay-per-view names, just to get back your full effing name. I don't even know how you can go over to a company that you've been working for probably a decade at that point, and be like, why is my name getting effing trademarked? While Dustin can still keep his, because Dustin is smart and you're not. Tell me like an iconic match other than Cody versus Dustin back at Double or Nothing back in 2019. Like, you can't. I am not going to bother talking about the dog collar match that he had with the late Brody Lee, his dumb matches he had with Darby Allin, Jungle Boy, freaking Warhorse. He faced Sonny Kiss in a work rate 17-minute match garbage. You had a 10-minute match, over 15-minute match with Sonny Kiss. I would kill myself if I hit 5 minutes. It's depressing. It's really depressing whenever I look at a guy like Cody Rhodes. Like, he's ambitious. He given that, and over all the stuff, I respect that he made his own big company over with the help of the rest of the elite. And the saddest thing, over most of the pyro, all the endorsements, overly screen time over storylines that are with guys more popular than him, he's not the reason why people watch AEW. People are going to watch because, oh wait, Goldust is there, Cody Rhodes is there, oh my god, they have Shaq in a wrestling show, Sting is on TV again, on TNT, that's crazy, I'm going to check it out. No one's going to come for Cody Rhodes. No one in a conversation whenever talking about this new wrestling show called AEW is going to watch Cody Rhodes. You are a minimal of a draw for your own company. That'll be so depressing. And this is not even sympathize over that you're a powerful company order. I would at least do that because at least that's bringing you up as a character. Cody Rhodes is just, I'm the American Nightmare, and I'm babyface. Another thing that pissed me off was his weekly defenses for the TNT Championship, and I'm sick and tired of these weekly defenses garbage that doesn't elevate the belt. It makes you face off against menial mid-card talent that obviously can't make a name for themselves because they're going to be consistently losing over to this guy, not making any storylines, and it's just going to treat the belt like, okay, it's just gonna be held by this dude for a while. That I don't want to be ragging over Cody Rhodes for everything he's done, but if your WWE run has been garbage and you're not even the most important draw in your own company, what is there to like about you? And the Smarks just suck it over that you're just a genius. You're like Triple H, like how he's running NXT. The shocker that you're literally leading televised ratings for a freaking developmental program televised on USA on a freaking Wednesday. I would just be upset if I even lost to them by like 10,000 viewers. Your storyline's been garbage too. Let's go over your freaking storylines with MJF and Chris Jericho. I guess the excavating one that at least had some semblance of personal build was Chris Jericho. MJF was just a heel turn at just, predictable over the standpoint. I always thought, okay, this is just overly dragged out with, okay, you gotta take lashes off by MJF. That obviously Cody's gonna overcome. Then a steel cage match that he's gonna overcome against Wardlow. Then just like lack of any other semblance of a build other than just calling him a rip-off Chris Jericho. And the only person who technically got elevated was MJF, and guess what? He won. Just really gay. Another thing that's gay, Cody's theme song is gay. Every theme song where Cody was gay. Dong dong da dong da dong dong. If you guys don't remember that from like 07 to 09, I mean 08, then I feel bad for you. Dong dong da dong da dong dong da da dong 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 da dong da 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 da. Priceless. I think that was when he was talking with Ted DiBiase Jr. Whoa, like there hasn't been nothing to, like there is never such thing as a theme song by a pro wrestler that's a male that can make you gain as much estrogen as listening to a Cody Rhodes theme song when you're entering the ring. You're pumped up. You're facing off against a guy that's probably evenly matched. You guys are gonna beat the shit out of each other. It's like an anime opening. It's not a theme song that you come to beat somebody's ass. Like, come on, man. I'm trying my hardest to like at least understand why Cody Rhodes is this important. Cody Rhodes is getting this much screen time. Why he should televise that he's having a child. Why is he having so much pyro over his match, even though he's having matches with like Jungle Boy? And now he's in storylines with freaking Sting and Shaquille O'Neal. Like, I don't care. Get this built like a 21-year-old that's still struggling to grow a freaking mustache with a terrible little weak fake Korean Autobots tattoo away from me. He's garbage. He's like if Cable grew up as a slave and this is his first internship job. Looks like if Nick Fury never developed puberty. Looks like the stepdad of Darby Allin. I'm sick and tired of Cody Rhodes. Yeah. Just don't ever tell me that this guy ever had a 5-star match. Ever. The only moment that people ever like had any fond memory with Cody was when he pinned the Shield back at Battleground 2013. Then he got fired in his wedding day. Congrats. I think that was a storyline thing. I think he got fired like 3 years later when he was Stardust, and he faced off against the Arrow and lost. And then the biggest thing that he thought it would be a cool idea was him in the Ascension. Because obviously cosmic power is combined with post-apocalyptic tag team gimmick. I don't know how that works. So that's technically all I got. Because if I do a top 10 sucks, I would be overly just rambling and trying to restrict my hatred when I obviously have an axe to grind and I'm not trying to limit myself. So that's all I could say for what I have for Cody Rhodes. Do I do I think he has a whole lot more potential in him? Yes, you have a whole wrestling fed. You can do some stuff. Expand your character. Maybe not shoot your stock that high over not a lot of people knowing you at all, and possibly actually get a gimmick. And stop hiring most of these guys that you get from like PWG or your local wrestling fed that you heard over YouTube. Like get guys that actually made a name for themselves. Hell, sign an RVD. All I care. Just get guys that people will know of so they can tune into AEW. Other than that, that's all I got. That's the show. That's it for me.